Here right now. My homies told me to relax.
Yeah.
Fuck was supposed to relax, but you never gon' ever hit a nigga back.
We back, people.
And you know I'm ready for that action. Girl, you look like Janet Jackson, but you got that light skin friend and that dark skin friend. Maybe we can get together. Maybe we can go Menage in Japan. Nah, baby, I'm just playing. Unless you digging what I'm saying.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in again.
You always playing motherfucking games.
We here with a very special guest that y'all hear right now, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But right now, we got somebody I've been trying to get on here for a little while, man. It's been a while. Like, we had one interview to set up, but, you know, things happen. It might have happened like twice. Probably my fault. I don't even remember. It's been so long, bro. But we finally got him here, man. A creator, an innovator, somebody that's out here really trying to make moves in this Austin music culture and art scene, man. I'd like to welcome to the show, Mr. Shelly Knicks.
Sheesh.
What's going on, boss? Applause the man. Applause him.
You gotta hit the button. Yeah. See? There you go.
Finally, man, you here. What's going on, brother?
Fucking chilling, man. You know, just trying to, make a way, trying to make it like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Definitely. We were just talking about that off camera, but really, to get this started, man, since it's been so long, I've been trying to get you on here. I'm going to get some background on you first so the folks know who you are. Who do listen to us and stuff like that. And I want to know more about you myself. So let's jump into it. Where you from?
I was born, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah. Cold as hell, but I lived there till like 07. I was like 13. And then me and the family, my mom, sisters, stepdad, all that, we moved to Round Rock in 07. I was like in 8th grade. And then, but I feel like even though I've been in Texas for a pretty long time, I feel like I've spent more time in Milwaukee because those are like, I feel like it's more of me. I don't like feel like a Texan, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because just things like snow or, not liking the Cowboys. Or like,
here we go. He's starting it.
Just like
I didn't do nothing
things.
to you, bro.
Nah,
nothing. That was a low blow.
To keep it a buck, our only reason I like had grown the dislike for the Cowboys just because when I first moved to Texas, like everybody's just like so like just mad prideful about like their sports teams, whether it's like like UT. The Cowboys, which I enjoy. I've always enjoyed watching the Cowboys play. I fuck with
It's America's team, man. You can't help it.
Yeah. There's a picture of me when I'm like 3 years old, and I'm like a Dallas Cowboy for Halloween, and I couldn't believe that shit when I saw it. But yeah, man, it's to go back to what I was saying. I'm from Milwaukee, but been in Austin for a long time. Went to school in San Marcos for like 5 years, Texas State. That was like 2011 to 2016, and then after that moved out here to actual Austin. My first time actually living in Austin. Got an apartment with my girl for a year. Went back to San Marcos to live in the house with some homies. Came back out here, and then just been out here ever since, man. Just trying to make moves, network, meet people, and do my thing,
Yeah, for sure, man. So you also went to Texas State or whatever too?
Absolutely.
What was your major there?
First, man, it's
it changed up on you?
Yeah, not much as probably other people, but it was just a weird journey through college. First I went in there as a communication design major because in high school I was like interested in graphic design. And, I was always doing little funny shits on the computer, like photoshopping shit together and making cool shit that I thought was cool, but you look back on it now, it's like kind of corny, but so I wanted to do graphic design. So what I didn't know and what I should have known is if you want to go into graphic design and that's your major, you got to take a bunch of like art classes and like you got to draw and you gotta take art history, and you gotta, you know, do all this, you know, weird shit, man. But the first year it was dope though. You know, I'm just wanting to get on computers and do, you know what I'm saying? I'm a computer guy, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I like to sketch and shit and, you know, draw and shit, but like not that good. Not as good as like all the other kids in my class. Like all these other, you know, kids are like making like mosaics out of magazine cutouts, and they look amazing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like got my little 2D, you know what I'm saying, little monkey, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to make animals for that assignment that I'm talking about. But so first it was communication design, and the first year, my freshman year, it was dope. But you know, I met a lot of cool people. Art teacher from one of my classes used to let us go outside, smoke a little bit of weed, come back inside. Shout out to him.
That's cool.
That was in my 2D design class. That was cool. And then
it'd have been dope to take him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shit,
he said you could go smoke outside, so I don't know if he really meant go smoke weed.
But
he meant me might have meant cigarettes, but Texas State was a tobacco-free campus.
Oh yeah,
starting that year, so he could have been talking about either. So I don't know. Either way, the nigga was breaking rules. Met a lot of cool people, a lot of like cool, like artsy girls, you know what I'm saying? Like just a lot of like older, you know, dudes who was just real deep in the art game. But that just wasn't me, you know. I changed my major to mass communication. And mass communication, that was like either my second semester of my freshman year or sophomore year. But mass communication, that's when I really realized like what I was trying to do and what I needed to do, you know, because it's basically, you know, for people who don't know what mass communication is, it's like, you know, all the shit that it just sounds exactly what it is.
Yeah,
you know, radio, TV,
journalism.
Yeah. What are we doing right now?
Actually,
you know,
that was actually my major too.
Nice.
It was mass communication, electronic media.
Yeah, same. Yeah. That was me. They got a nice program for that at Texas State.
They do. Yeah. They do, man. It was fun. But yeah, man, that's super dope, bro. So do you ever go back to Milwaukee?
Last time I went back was like 2018. It was unfortunately it was for my grandma's funeral, but it was really cool to see. I hadn't been there since probably like 5+ years, you know, before that, you know, but it was cool to go back and just see all my old family, all the places I used to hang out. We even pulled up to my elementary school, all the old houses we used to live at. Right. It was just cool to really kind of like see where you come from, you know, after you've been away for so long and you know, been detached for so long. It's cool to like kind of like connect with it again. You almost kind of like,
big fact,
you know, kind of, it's like self-reflection, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm looking at the house I used to live in, think about all the times, all the ass women's I got in the house, all the shit that like made me who I am today, you know what I'm saying? And it was just in Milwaukee, you know, and that's another reason why I say I don't really feel like a Texan, because a lot of the shit that like happened through the first 13 years of my life kind of made me who I am today, made me the artist who I am, made me like the creator that I am. So shout out to Texas though. I love Texas, especially Austin.
Yeah, for sure. Like I completely understand what you're saying, because I was born in Chicago, but I grew up in Texas. So I'm a Texan through and through. But as a kid, I moved out to California for a little bit. So that was like a different type of culture for me. And I was like homesick because I was probably in the third through like the 6th grade. So, but all I had knew was Texas, or had known was Texas. So I was trying to get back in a hurry, bro. I was trying to do everything because I couldn't ride my horses. Like I couldn't like go fishing.
You was riding horses?
I couldn't go hunting. Yeah.
When you started riding horses?
Shit, when I was like, when I could, I don't know. I always been riding them since I was like maybe, I think the youngest, I got a picture of me up on a horse when I was like 4 or 5.
Nice. That's cool, man.
So,
I would have loved to have been on a horse when I was 5 years old, man.
Bro, like, I just seen a picture, but I don't, like me remembering actually going out there for the first time and getting my horse, I was probably like 8 or 9. And I had an old ass saddle, and I put it on there, like old ass saddle. Shouldn't have been on there at all, bro. we was in the field, and my mom kept telling me, "Don't use that saddle. It's not repaired. It needs to be repaired." I'm like, "Fuck this, man. I gotta go ride this horse, bro. I just got me a saddle. I saved up for that hoe too, man. I put it on
you
there.
bought the saddle, and your mom was like, "Yo, this shit old.
Bro,
don't use
I
it."
did that multiple times with a 3-wheeler too. She told me, "Don't get on that hoe," but I saved up and bought it. Same thing with the saddle. I had to ride it, so I woke up like 2:00 in the morning, bro. Threw it on. I'm thinking I'm shit on riding. Do saddle brake. I'm going full gallop.
Wow.
Bro, I slid off the side, slid into a pole, bro.
I was gonna ask you if you had any accidents like on a horse, but
Oh my God. What? I used to do stupid shit though. Like if you around trained horses and stuff and you own them at the appropriate time with the appropriate, like you're gonna be safe, you're gonna be fine. Me, I'm an adventurer, so I just want to do shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I would go out there and jump on a horse bareback, just riding shit out there barefoot, wild horses, trying to break them when I'm like 11. And
bareback, barefoot. You breaking in horses before you
Bro,
even
I
a
was like
teenager, bro? That's some savage shit, bro.
my grandpa, he's an old bull rider, so from like back in the day. So I used to see his trophies and belt buckles and shit, and go to the rodeos that he throws and stuff, and the trail rides.
Nice.
And I used to want to be like, I was a cowboy, bro. It was nothing you could tell me in no type of way, bro. I'm going to competitions. I got the belt buckles, the boots.
Are the belt buckles, are those like awarded, or is that just like?
Yeah, like you can buy them, but
of course,
like the real, you know what I mean? The real ones, you usually won them or something in some type of competition or were awarded to some type of ceremony, you know what I mean? Like there's an award or something, you know?
That's dope. That's a cool badge of honor, man. Like a fucking, I guess the bigger the belt buckle, like the bigger the prestige, I guess, you know?
Kinda,
something like that.
But
yeah,
I broke a lot of ribs and shit, bro, like doing stupid shit.
Belt buckles are like teardrops.
Right?
It's like what you do for that belt buckle, young blood.
Hey, say you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know, man. But what got you into the music though, bro? Because that's what really connected me to you. Because I saw you. I think it was at the Smokeouts first time I seen you perform. But I had heard your music before prior to that. So and then I seen you doing other things. But what got you into the music though?
Man, like any young black kid, you love like rap music, or like R&B music, it's always like a part. I can't speak for all like, young black men and women, but I know just from my peers and who I hang out with, like music has always been a part of like, life, you know what I'm saying? Like even just things as simple as like listening to the radio when you're a kid, people having that. I remember like, I just had faint memories of like, riding in the back seat of a minivan and Miss Jackson's on the radio type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Good time.
And those kind of moments. And I just remember like the feelings that I had listening to that stuff,
Right.
So I guess you can say like, I guess everybody always says music has always been a part of my life, but it always depends on the person and what they do with the inspiration and the feeling that they get from it. And like, man, just like, I think the the first rap song I ever remember hearing was Master P, Make 'Em Say yeah. My mom she had the single CD, and so
that's classic.
Me and my mom used to jam that, and I think some of the other early ones I remember is Nice and Slow by Usher. And then, of course, Miss Jackson. But
I remember that summer, bro. I remember that year, bro. Like faintly, but I remember always hearing them songs on the radio.
Exactly,
though,
and that's all I remember. Type shit, like. And I remember liking the song, of course, but I think that and like watching like Birdman, the Hot Boys, and Lil Wayne. This is like when I was real young. I'm surprised I can even remember this. But I think when I really started when I really tried to like dip into the music for the very first time, I was in 4th grade, and I there was this excuse me, my homie D'Angelo. He had like 2 sisters. I think he had like 2 or 3 sisters. but I fucking hated them.
Damn.
I didn't really like them. I didn't like them. They were just always, we always had beef. They was always just like, you know, like fourth grade boys and girls, just not, bullshit. But I wrote a diss track, and that was like, it was like on a whole page of loosely ether, bro, ether, bro. You know, but that was the first time I had like realized that, damn, I can like come up with like raps. You know, it always seems so far fetched when you like see all these cool rappers and these chains and you know these high end music videos and their fame or whatever. But it's like when you try to like, it was just really awesome for me to realize the capability of coming up with like a song or like a verse, you know, or whatever. But another thing that really hyped me up was Lil Bow Wow and Lil Romeo.
Bro, and, talk to the people, bro. Because I be trying to tell dudes,
oh my God,
they really sleeping. I used to have the braids because of them and everything, bro. The wishbones and shit. Like,
yes, man.
Talk to these people, man.
Nah, totally a huge impact to like my inspiration and just me wanting to be like cool, you know,
especially
like,
the kids our age at that time.
Dude,
like it was huge, bro. Like
it was amazing to see like a fucking like some kid in junior high school or whatever, like just like in music video running from like, 50 girls,
gorgeous of girls.
You know, that's like every little
dream is to go to the mall and just have girls chasing you around, like,
man,
just people.
And so like just watching them made me realize that like kids can do this. You can be a kid and you can like come up with raps and you can, be cool and you can, I don't know, but
extra motivation, man.
Yeah. But that song never made it on wax or anything, but
you never told them the song or like actually tried to say it to them.
They never found out.
It never came out.
I think my mom found the paper though that I wrote it on, and she kind of laughed at me a little bit. Not at me, but she was like just laughing at the fact that I was just like writing shit like that. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. That
is like a very healthy outlet though. Like you wrote down your feelings though instead of like lashing out though. Like that's very healthy.
For sure. And when you're a kid, you don't even really know that like you're feeling these feelings, that you don't know that you're like frustrated.
Yeah.
And you don't know that like this is how you're. I didn't know. I was like, of course I know I was mad, so I'm like talking shit about these people, but you don't really know that you're using an outlet. You're like using your art as a vessel to cope with how you're feeling. That's not really how you look at it when you're a kid, and I think that art period, man, is just something that all like kids should like be a part of. They should not take it away in schools.
Definitely.
They shouldn't take music classes. Shouldn't take art. All these like, I don't know if it's still going on, but like back when I was like in school, they would always be talking about budget cuts and all stuff like that, man. Like kids need that extracurricular stuff, man, just to kind of find themselves. They're not going to find themselves in English class. Not to say that's not important, but school doesn't always have to be like books. It's like teaching like kids how to use different parts of their mind and things like that. So, but
I definitely couldn't agree with that anymore, man. Like I'm about to have my first kid. And so next month,
congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, man. I'm excited, but I'm getting ready to have a little girl. So, I'm going to have a little mini me and female form walking around here. I'll be thinking about all the time, what do I want to teach her? Like, what values do I want to instill into her? You know what I mean? And that creative side, like, I truly believe is super important. I believe you have to be able to dream. You have to be able, because that what really pushes the world forward. You know what I mean? Like it's science and numbers and technology, but it's that other side of the brain that you need to push that and make somebody believe that they can come up with that, you know what I mean? That right formula or that right theory or whatever, or whatever scientifically we're talking about. You need creators, innovators, inventors to come up with those ideas to take you to the next place. You know what I mean? So and it's just good overall to have that in you, that usefulness, that drive. because I literally create just like if I'm sad, I just try and go make something. You feel me? If I'm happy, I get different type of vibes. If I'm, in different moods, I make different things. You know what I mean? But it helps me because I know I need to focus. I know without the work, this don't even happen. You know what I mean? Like it's a shit ton of work, always going to be. And the way the world works, the work is always going to be like we know we got to go to work. You got to go to work. Yeah. But we don't know that you can dream and you can create and you can, do other things to make it out. We know it as a kid, but along the way we lose that. And that's why a lot of people fall into these, like they might feel like it's sinkholes type deals, Yeah. Because you just stop. It's hard to live in a world without color, bro. Like when everything's just black and white, go to work, go home, go to work, go home. Like you need that splash of color, man, to make this shit worth it, bro. Like to really live life, bro. And I think dreamers do that.
I also think it's important to recognize the cohesiveness between art and science or whatever is on that other end. Because even if we're just talking about the subject of science, you know what I'm saying? There's always these formulas and, these equations and these theories, but there's art within all of that, even things like the Erlenmeyer flask. You know what an Erlenmeyer flask is?
No.
It's like the fucking it's a glass, like a beaker. You ever seen a beaker, right? Yeah. A beaker is just the little cup looking thing, right? Yeah. The Erlenmeyer flask is the one that goes it's like a glass thing. It goes down and then out. It's like a scientific
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody had to make that. Somebody had to design that. Anything out here, even these Tesla, these battery powered, solar powered, whatever the fuck. They're not solar powered, are they? They're
they might be.
I forget what kind of power it is, but it's like a battery.
Yeah.
Not a gas powered car, but all these things that are technically scientific and or whatever that seems so far from the aspect of art. Art is it's life, man. It's design. It's all cohesive. And I think if people can find the art in whatever they do, that's when you start to really become great and succeed. You know what I'm saying? Just even the art of playing football or the art of selling houses or once you figure out the technique and realize this is art and I have to exercise this, my mind to become great at this, whatever, art is within this, then I feel the sky's the limit for sure.
Facts. And the two need to be merged together. I'm not saying that you need one over than the other one. We need the science behind the art to actually have a business, bro. You got to look at them numbers. You got to stay on top of your stuff, or no one's gonna see your art. So you need both sides. It's very important. But I just think having kids, keep that up and work that muscle, that exercise of creating and thinking outside of the box is really what I was trying to get at. Is thinking outside of the box. Don't just fall into this rat race and just, because time go by fast, bro. It go by real fast.
Also, another thing I like that you said was, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to work. You got to make your money. But it's teach kids that, don't be afraid to, dream. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to, of this, whatever this thing is in your mind, you know what I'm saying? And also creativity just really comes from really all it is you having something in your head and being able to objectify it or put it in front of you or put it so really that's really all art and creativity is. People always be well, what is art? You know what I'm saying? Is this art? And it's anything that you have in your head. And it doesn't even have to be conceptual, you know what I'm saying? If it's something intangible or whatever, it's just turning a thought into an object
a
or like a,
thing.
you know, something, you know what I'm saying? Or a song or like whatever your medium is, you know, that's what I feel art is.
Right. Everybody has ability to create art, but who really fine tunes that muscle though? You know what I mean? Like who sharpens that? And that's where you get like the greats and all that. And like they actually took that idea, that voice that was, you know, back there, your subconscious or whatever, telling you to do something. They actually went to it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the only difference, man. Like we all out here are like are the same but different. Like I know we're all individuals and we all have our own thoughts and our own, you know, way of life and stuff, but we are all so much alike in so many ways, bro. Like when it comes down to the fundamentals of it, bro. So you need both. You need that yin and the yang. But speaking of art though, you do all types of stuff. So like you got the Shelly Knicks TV. Is that up and popping and good?
Shelly Knicks TV was like kind of something I was doing. I kind of started it up when I was in college, and I was like a mass communication major, and I was like basically trying to apply everything that I was learning through in school, as far as like, you know, how to work a camera and how to I don't know, just things on how to make good content. You know what I'm saying? And it was just an idea I had, and I would go. The vision I had for it is kind of like a TV network, almost like MTV, like have the mic with the little mic flag on it that says Shelly Knicks TV, and be out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like Sway or like Lala or type shit, you know what I'm saying? And be covering events. And it kind of just turned into like a whole network of me just kind of like putting content out, and it just turned into my brand. As far as like the brand Shelly Knicks TV, I haven't really like, I mean, it's my Twitter name, you know, and I have like, you know, the logo all over my YouTube. But I feel like if I ever got like a LLC, you know, for like a media company or something like that, maybe I would use the Shelly Knicks TV name. But over time, I've kind of bled into other brands like 1-800 Auto Tune. Right.
That right there was going to be my next question or whatever.
Yeah, so Shelly Knicks TV is basically like, it's kind of like the foundation of all this shit that I have, except for the music, of course. But like, it's like just the foundation. It's kind of like the first like kind of thing that I came up with, trying to take a stab at like internet content, you know, besides all the, you know, little dumb videos I used to make in high school. This is my first attempt to make something serious. Like, hey, this is my brand. This is my network. This is my content. And so, you know, and there would be no 1-800 Auto Tune without Shelly Knicks TV. That's for sure. Right. But 1-800 Auto Tune, that's like something I came up with. I kind of just wanted to make some merch, man. And I wanted a new idea. I just wanted something fresh.
Yeah, something new.
Yeah, man. So I kind of like came up with the name, and I was like, does that really you know, does that ring, or, you know, whatever. I started like kind of like coming up with like the, you know, the brand identity, like the robot, the brick phone, you know. And it was it's just like one of those things, man. You kind of get cracked out on your ideas, man. You know, you're like, oh shit, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do this, or maybe I could make some hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you get so like, and that's how you know it's a good idea, when you like, well, at least for me, when I think of it, and then the more ideas just start rolling in, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep coming and coming and coming. But I had the merch for a while. First, I was like, okay, it's 1-800 Auto Tune. The brick phone is gonna be like the identity, the look. And I made some merch, pretty much sold out at South by Southwest. Besides all the ones I just kind of gave away. And then I was just driving one night. I was like, man, how can I incorporate actual like the auto tune? You know, like what can I do for this? Where do I go from here, basically? And so I started like doing 1-800 Auto Tune Radio, just basically putting together like local songs that that use like heavy auto tune, just like mixes on SoundCloud, and that was cool, whatever. But that wasn't really like giving me what I wanted. Not as far as like feedback or like the looks or comments I was getting from it. I was just like, this isn't really like why I did this. You know, I don't, not to just be putting mixes on SoundCloud. That's not the big idea. But that's when I started, I came up with the idea of 1-800 Auto-Tune karaoke, and having the people like do karaoke and auto-tune and then film it. And that was awesome, man. I kind of, I didn't really fall off on that. I just kind of stopped doing it to focus on other things. But, and that's kind of like the curse of doing all this shit, man. Things get put on hold. And
Tell
like,
me about it, bro.
you know, it's a curse, man. It sucks, man. But the 1-800 Auto-Tune karaoke was dope. But I did come to like an epiphany yesterday. I was like, damn, I need to bring some of this Shelly Knicks TV content back.
Right.
And what I mean by that, we were making these videos, and I would just put a camera up, and all my friends would just meet up over at my homie's crib, and I would put each person in front of the camera one by one, and they would answer questions like, what makes the perfect ass, or why don't you text back? And then when you chop up those answers and you like get everybody's, you know, viewpoints and opinions on whatever said subject, it's really funny to watch all these personalities mixed together.
Yeah.
And like, and I feel like with the people I know now, it would be way more fresh, just be new people. It'd be just some good content. The hardest thing about doing that is just figuring out what to talk about, because there's so many things you could talk about, and that's kind of like, you know, that's what makes it hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, because ideas just float in the air. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you don't really like grab the idea and execute on it, it's gonna float away from you. And sometimes we can't see the idea. Sometimes they're right in front of our faces. Sometimes the inspiration is all around us. We just gotta be in the right mindset to see it and execute on it and own it.
Right. Yeah. I have to write down literally everything, man, because I have so many ideas throughout the day, like all day long. So I got to keep some type of notepad or something like to write with, you know.
Yeah, man.
And it's just trying to take it. Like I got little blue papers and stuff like all on that thing over there, just filled with shit. But I write down so much stuff. It's like if I don't sit down and go back through what I did, and I try and do it like once or twice, you know, a week or like a month, just look at everything that I've been writing down. And just try and like grab something, you know, like see what the actual work, what my resources will allow me to do, you know. So yeah, man, that's super dope, bro. But yeah, definitely bring back some of that Shelly Knicks TV content, man.
Yeah, man. I might even use the same logo. Fuck it.
Shit, fuck it, right?
That shit was made. Yeah, I think it was made. That was made like in like 2000, like what? 13, 14.
It's a classic, man.
Yeah,
it's a classic. Rock with that thing, man. Yeah, man. But this new track you got, Janet Jackson, you shot the video. I seen another like video where it was just you were like dancing to it, and then and then like this one came out, the actual video. I was like, okay, I see where you're going with it. Okay.
Yeah, that dancing video was supposed to be the actual video, and I don't know. I just kind of
it was interesting.
I fucked with it, man. I was like,
it was bold, bro.
Yeah. I was just like, fuck it, man. Let me just hit these moves real quick and see, because I be nervous about putting out shit like that, man. Even the song itself, and just being on this different shit, I just be nervous, man. But then at the end of the day, it's just like, what am I really nervous about? Like people, you know, judging me. You know what I'm saying? People judge me every day. You know, everybody, you know, takes that kind of shit. You know, and that's the kind of sacrifice you take as an artist, or make as an artist, just putting yourself out there, you know. And I'm not afraid to, you know, put out, you know, whatever kind of shit I'm on. That's what I'm on. You know, if I want to do some weird dance moves in the middle of the park, you know, to my, you know, to my shit, because you know,
I'm gonna do that.
That's
shit.
what it is, you know.
Shit.
And I think I got more responses from that video than the actual music video.
Because folks love that type of shit, though. You
I
know
spent so
what
much damn money trying to make that music video, bro. I had to pay models. I had to, you know, get the studio, got to get paid the cameraman, photographer, bro. Like, not to say I regret any of it at all, but like,
it was a dope video though. Like it was very well
Thanks,
put
man.
together, bro.
Thanks, appreciate it.
It was dope, man. It was like my favorite part of it was when y'all like ran through and it showed the green screen and stuff.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
I was setting back up. I was like, yeah, that shit was dope, man.
If my memory stands correct, I think that was like one of those like in the moment ideas. I think we might have talked about it before the shoot, but like we had like 5 minutes left in the the session or whatever you want to call it, the time you spent at the studio.
Yeah.
And we were like, is there anything else we need to do? I'm like, oh yeah, we need to get you. We should probably do the shit where you walk over to the green screen and shit. But yeah, but there's a bunch of that video shoot was really fun, man. Like, just cause like I've done like so many video shoots, not like, I guess not that many, but over the years, out of all the video shoots that I've done, more than 95% of them don't really, one, don't come out how I expect them to, and two, don't really go as planned. Sometimes we gotta, trash some ideas that we were planning to do. Right. Sometimes shit just don't go as planned, and that really happens. That happens a lot, man. But that video shoot, like, everything just happened the way it was supposed to. On point. I was kind of salty at not salty, but I didn't think the makeup artist did. I'm not gonna say she did a bad job. I think she did a good job, and we got the point across that the girls were supposed to be aliens or they got silver skin, but like I feel like she kind of I don't know, I could just see like the flaws in like the body paint and shit. Maybe I'm just looking too hard, though. Maybe nobody else noticed that.
You was looking kind of hard, but that's what you usually do when it's your video. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Me, I didn't notice it per se. I just thought it fit. You know what I mean? Like it was just what y'all wanted. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, yeah.
I think, I wish she would just would have put a little bit more effort into like the. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, man. Honestly, like, man, that's I always do that shit, man.
Everybody, I'm the same way, bro. Like everybody got, how you see shit in your head, so you want it to come out like that, and it's very frustrating when you don't get exactly what you want. It's gonna nag you. You know what I mean? Like even down the road, like, man, I know we could have found a way to do that better. Like,
yeah, but everybody showed up on times, and everybody performed. And everybody was comfortable too. Wasn't no like funny shit happening.
It was like a video, bro. Like back in the day, kind of like some shit you see on MTV.
MTV Jams.
Yeah, what I mean? Like some MTV Jams type stuff. It was dope, bro. It was dope. It was very well put together and thought out.
Thanks, man. It's like now I'm at a point because I got a whole space project coming out. It's called the Love Space Connection.
That's what I was going to ask you about. The Love Space Connection. Like, what exactly is it? Is it an album? Is it a project like that that's going to surround the album, or what? What is it?
Yeah, it's an album. I guess you could call it that. I always, have trouble with like the technical terms for these kind of things, but just a body of songs around a central theme. I'm making songs about. Girls, I guess not specific like girls, but like just women in general, like love, and then just kind of like putting like a outer space like twist on it, because that's like kind of like a really easy concept to gravitate to. People just fuck with that shit. People fuck with the colors of like, space themes, just the whole shit in general. Like I always think of Andre 3000, like the Prototype song. Or Wiz Khalifa's project Star Power, and it's like anything that has to do with space, galaxy, whatever the hell, I've always been a fan of, and so I just wanted to do my own. And who doesn't want to put on a reflective spacesuit? You know what I'm saying? Do things like that. And I also think it fits because I'm a huge fan of using auto-tune and using it as a tool to manipulate your voice and You know, a lot of artists do it, but a lot of artists just kind of use it. I'm not even gonna say that, but I think think the auto tune just fits with like the space vibe as well. And I think my music just in general does, as far as like the production and all that shit goes, man. But I can't wait to make more music videos. But I'm on this space vibe, and it's like I'm trying to figure out like visually, like where can I go from here? That's always the question, right? Where do we go from here? But because you do this space video, you use a green screen and you wear space suits and you do all this stuff, and you feel like you're just pushing it to the limit. You're going 100%, and it went well. I feel like we got the point across, but I feel like it's like what the hell do I do now? It's like, how do I push the space vibe in a different way? It's like, do I got to get a different space suit? Do I got to like, it's like a hard concept to kind of like continue as far as how I feel right now.
Like, is it like a story you're trying to tell?
Not necessarily a story. It's more of like it's a certain like energy, or like a mind state. It's like, I guess it's more of like my kind of fits like my personality. It's like more about like who I am as a person.
Right.
It's just like my mind. I feel like I'm so far, not necessarily like even like, I don't mean this in the sense of me being better than anybody else or anything like that, but I feel like how anybody else should feel. I just really embrace my uniqueness and like how I think, and sometimes I just feel like so like far away from people and how they think in their headspace, and also just make a lot of songs about like love or just like simping and shit all the time, so so I think that's who I am. It's like if I'm like, if I'm in love with a girl, like I'm simping hard, like so and that's just who I am. But I think as I think about the project, I feel like I definitely embody like that, and like the love space connection is definitely a reflection of my mind state and how I feel and just what's inspiring me, which is like, women, dancing, music, lights, and like all these different colors, and like it's kind of hard to explain what's going on in your head and how it translates to, what you're putting on the table,
Well, when can we start seeing the stuff on the table?
I was thinking like around like December, because at first I was thinking the top of the year, because I don't really want to drop anything during the holidays because nobody's really going to care, because everybody's just caught up in the holidays. But I think maybe even December or maybe even January, because I also have like a Christmas themed some Christmas content I want to drop in December also. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I can even like push the end of November, but very soon though, very, very soon, because I haven't dropped a project in a while. Last time I dropped a project was like in 2017. It was called,
I was going to ask about that too.
Yeah, it's called Swim Camp. And I think that part of my life, I was just kind of like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I'm like, just kind of lost, but I'm just like, I just keep doing what you're doing, stay focused, just keep swimming type shit, So I was training myself how to do that, and that's why I called it Swim Camp. But ever since then, like, I haven't dropped any body of work. I've dropped like music videos and like singles and everything, but like nothing conceptual, nothing that like, no projects, So I'm excited about, dropping this shit, man. It's really exciting. Linked up with my homie Colin. He goes by Knicks and Disco. And then also I started out the project with my friend Alex. Both of them are the producers on the project. But
is it done already?
Yeah, it's done. Cover art, all that. I think we just need to do some mastering, and then maybe make one more skit, and then will be done and it'll be ready to drop. But it's just like all this shit happens just so fast, man. You know, you have an idea and you start acting on it, and you're just surprised how shit just starts rolling.
You're
and
right.
before you know it, you at the end. It's like, all right, you know, what do we do now? You know, how do we drop this? How do we market it? And that's the one thing I just haven't really been good at, because in reality, I just really don't care, man. Like, people always say, like, oh, you got to have a marketing plan. You got to do this,
Man,
and that.
But you do. But I feel you, because I'm the same way. I just don't feel like sitting there and posting the shit. Like, I just want to make the shit. But it's like, I got to chop it up. So that's why even before we started hopped on and came on live, we were talking behind the scene, and I was just like, I got to get a team together, because like somebody to do that stuff, because you need a marketing plan. Like, if you're really trying to do this and push your brand forward and stuff, like, you got to market it correctly, and not just correctly, but you got to be consistent with it. And consistency is one thing in me that don't go together when it comes to promoting things and doing stuff like that, because I'm just all over the place. But yeah, bro, I feel you 100%, man.
It's like all that back end shit is just hard, man. I need somebody. I mean, I would rather have somebody else do that shit for me, because one, I'm not super well versed in things like that. I mean, I know what I know, just
doing this shit.
Yeah, just with exercise and like self-taught shit. But like, but as far as like all that back end stuff, man, it just sucks, man. I just want to, come up with the ideas, and I want to just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do. And all the other shit is like, I guess, dropping the shit on Instagram, the act of like, all right, I'm about to drop this video, that's dope. I get dopamine from that. So I probably won't want nobody else to do that for me. But
right on.
Yeah, but it sucks, man. But that's we all just learning though, you know what I'm saying?
That's all part of the game though, like, this shit is all a game. We're gonna make it up the hill first, and it's a bunch of things you got to do within this game to be successful. If you don't do them, you probably don't mean you can't be successful. It just means it's gonna be a lot harder for you to be seen in this game, because there's millions and millions of people playing it.
They ain't gonna buy it if you ain't selling it.
That's a big fact, man. A big fact. But like, I'm trying to get merch and stuff now. I'm just trying to find like different clothing manufacturer with like the stuff I'm looking for, because I'm finding it to be like, even with film, like, I know what I want, but it's like getting what I want done, and in Austin, I just got my wholesale license and shit like that.
Wholesale license?
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, so it's like, if you want to order like bulk products and get stuff made, like say if you want to go overseas and talk to some type of manufacturer or something, like, they're going to ask you for a wholesale license or your state tax permit or something like that. It might be called that in other states too, but I know here you need your wholesale license in Texas. It might be called a state tax permit too, but I know for sure it's called a wholesale license. But you got to make a couple orders first before you get it, just to show that you're actually, doing this or whatever. So like trying to, sell merch and clothing and stuff. So you make like 2 small orders of, I think they have to be over 50 items or something like that. So you get like some shirts made or some hats made at a spot around here. Then you can go get your wholesale license. You should have your EIN number or your LLC already, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you just get that. But now I can go to manufacturers and have bulk made and get different fabrics from places and stuff like that. And
different styles, too.
Yeah, styles and buy in bulk, though, because that's how you get stuff made, They want to know how many you getting done. Like, if you want a specific shirt made or something like that, but you got all these different type of things. Okay, we can do that, but how many you getting done? Because is it going to be worth our time? You feel me? So, like, now I can do that and get the shit for cheap, but good material,
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure, like, and just flip it too, honestly. It's like, even with that, like, I've always kind of looked into, like, overseas, like, just like with Alibaba and like AliExpress. And of course, it's way cheaper than anything that I've seen here in the States. But like even with like this, man, I be having to tax for this shit, bro, because it's so expensive, man. It's like,
that's why you gotta have your wholesale license.
Exactly, man.
Because that overhead go beat you over the head.
Yes, man.
I know all about it. Like I've made shirts and stuff before, but I had to sell them for like $35 and up. You know, like even like my sweaters and hoodies, I was having to do them for like 55, sometimes 60, because the stuff I had on them and it cost to get them made. Like, and I was still barely turning a profit type thing. And
and of course, like, the goal is to make profit, but it's like, I think what I need to do is get more in the mind state of like profit, and like, cause I think mainly when I make merch, it's really like all about like, for me, and this is something I probably kind of need to shift as far as my mind state goes, but like always like have the goal is just like to spread the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as it should be.
You know, and I sometimes I even like give away kind of like too many type shit, because I just wanted to be seen. I wanted to like have a presence. I want that brand presence. And if I gotta charge like, you know, $40-$50, you know what I'm saying, for a hoodie or whatever price, I mean, I think I got these like for like $60-$70, honestly. Nobody's gonna buy it. I mean, I think I might have sold a couple, but like, I don't know, man. But another thing is just like, people get confused. I feel like people, when they watch me, they get confused as to kind of like what is really going on, because it's like, I just have so many different types of content, man, and I'm trying to figure out like
how to throw it all together.
Yeah, the identity of it is like, who am I and what do I do? That's why like, even like, I be trying to get on with the homies that be DJing. I got a lot of DJ friends. I be like trying to like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a set with the homies, you know what I'm saying? I be like, because I'm a big fan of these guys, and
like as a DJ or rapping while they DJ?
DJ. I DJ also. I've DJed since like 2013. And like, yeah, people don't even know that. You know, they would be like, oh, I didn't even know you DJ'd. So it kind of just like, it's like the kind of like, I didn't know you DJ, but I'm good on it type shit. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, because I can't blame them. You know, it's like
you just got to show people though.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with your own party or some shit like that.
And that's been my whole attitude, man. It's just kind of build up my own shit, and you know, to where people like kind of trust me in all these spaces.
Right.
And just be the guy. The reason why I dip into all these different barrels is not to fucking spread myself thin or stress myself out, or just show people that I'm a Swiss Army knife, just so people can say that. It's just because I want to be the guy that can show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you need this? Hey, Shelly got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can show up, you know? And it's definitely gotten me pretty far, man. Just knowing how to like DJ, it just creates different revenue streams, man. And but the worst part about it is, it's like, I've heard this quote 1,000 times, like, a man that's good at everything is great at nothing. Yeah. You know, so really just been trying to focus, man, and recognize the time for what it is, you know, just really being present in the moment, and know how I'm feeling and acting on it. It's like, you know, I'm inspired, I want to make this project, you know, I'm recognizing that, so I'm acting on that. I'm not trying to do no other bullshit. I'm trying to focus on that, you know.
Right.
And who's to say if I'm doing a good job at it or not, but you know what I'm saying, this shit's done. You know, it feels good to have the idea like just like out of your head and in front of you, man. So I'm just trying to figure out where to go after I do this, what kind of music I'm gonna make, or if I'm gonna make music, if I'm gonna just like make this internet content, Shelly Knicks TV, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know what do I hit him over the head with next, man?
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm saying those streams of income are like super important, and that's what I'm trying to do, like to get up to like 6 different streams of income. I'm at 4, but I'm trying to get to 6 right now. And like, now that I'm about to have a kid, you know, like my thoughts like going to overdrive. Like I'm very family oriented, right? So
Nice.
like my daughter is gonna be like, you know, I'm already stressing about this shit, you know, just like to make sure she's good.
Yeah.
Like I'm good right now, but I've never taken care of another human before, you know.
Dude, yeah. Man, I get nervous holding other people's babies, man.
I got like 8 nieces and nephews, though. So I know I can take care of a baby. I know how to do all the basics, you know, the changing, the feeding, the, you know, all that type of stuff like that. But I never had the responsibility. You feel me? Like that's a different type of weight. You know what I mean? So like all my nieces and nephews, like they know I got them. If they come stay with me, you know, they're going to be with. But at the end of the day, like, I got backup. Like, your daddy is around the you know what I mean? I can call your daddy or your mama, you know, and we can get this shit handled real quick, you know? But now, like, they're going to be calling me. You know, I got to make that decision. I'm the final decision. You feel me? That's a lot. But I'm ready for it. But getting those different streams of income and trying to find a way to bridge all the things that I do, too, has been the challenge for me, you know, just trying to get everything in line and order. Because my stuff, as you were saying, it's like it's all over the place. You know, like I'm stressed thin. I write. I try, you know, dabble in directing and stuff like that. I'm trying to get better at doing music videos and stuff like that. I haven't done many, but trying to get in there. But I'm working on my first short film or whatever right now. And
Nice.
You know, like we shooting that. I'm writing a web series. Like it's just too much stuff, and then a website. I still want to do my journalism thing to where like I'm feeding the Austin culture and also educating them. You know, like as well. So, like I know I got to get a team. Team is super important to help you find that cohesive order that you need. You know what I mean in your life at times, especially in the workplace. You know.
Well, I mean, you know, you got the vision. That's really important, man. You kind of know, you know, I guess it all really starts, you know, with that. You doing everything. You doing the writing and you doing the, you know, that way when you do have a team, you kind of know, you kind of already have a blueprint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, you can like tell, hey, this is how I do it. But of course, you know, you're working with somebody, you know, you kind of like, you know, you hired them for a reason, so they're gonna do what they do.
Right.
But it's like, I think it's really important to be familiar with that one man grind. You know what I'm saying? And for many reasons, but I know how that feels though, man. I was like, the reason why I started even doing videos is because I could do my own. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing my own music videos, and
like. That's what I'm using it for, like practice, because I want to make like movies. You feel me?
Yeah,
like I don't. It's cool making videos and stuff like that, or doing a commercial here and there, or whatever. But like, I got these ideas for movies I want to see on a big screen one day. You feel me? Exactly. So. That's what I use all of this for. It's like it's practice, but I'm actually trying to build something while I'm practicing. So it's like I'm playing the game while I'm practicing. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to combine the two, which is making life hectic. But
if you're trying to make movies, definitely need a team for that. You know
definitely need a team for that, right?
Yeah, I was watching Rush Hour last night, and I got the DVD, and so I was kind of like,
you still watch DVDs?
I love DVDs, bro. That's the one. I have a PS5 and I have not thrown away my PS4 just because I can't watch DVDs on my I can't watch DVDs on my PS5 that doesn't have. Yeah, man. But one of the reasons why, because I love shopping for DVDs, man. Like at half price books, I will fucking just sit. If my girl lets me, I will sit and look at every single DVD to make sure like I ain't missing nothing I like or want to watch, you know. And I don't know, I'm just addicted to that shit, man. But back to what I was saying, I was watching I was watching Rush Hour, and I was watching Rush Hour the night before also, but I fell asleep on it. So I watched it again the next day. I put it in. I was like, you know what? I watched this yesterday. Let me see what these special features is about. You ever like dip into the special features on a DVD?
Of course.
You know, that sometimes like when you were a kid, you would like look for the games and shit on the special features, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, as a kid, you don't really want to hear like the director's commentary during the movie, or like you don't really care about any of that other bullshit. But like, this is the first time I had been in the special features as an adult, and I was like, man, let me watch this behind the scenes stuff and like the deleted scenes. I liked the deleted scenes as a kid. I ain't gonna cap, but the deleted scenes and like when I was when you mentioned the short film, there's a short film in there from the director that directed Rush Hour. There's a short film in the special features.
Really?
And yeah, man, shit's it's kind of weird, but he told a story about it before it started. It was cool. But what was really cool was just watching all the behind the scenes, like interviews and things like that, man. They were interviewing Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. Her last name was Johnson on the movie, but it was like Chris Tucker's like love interest, but she hated him. She, you know what I'm saying? Like
her. Yeah,
the girl that was like bitching at him because she couldn't come with him. Yeah, she couldn't come with him on the bomb, whatever.
Her last name was Johnson?
He called her Johnson.
Oh, he called her Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her last name was Johnson, because he was like, remember the part? He's like, Johnson, somebody told y'all to get suspended.
No, that was perfect, bro.
Johnson, somebody. Bro, that movie's amazing.
Yeah, I know you're
bro.
talking about that. I got you.
Yeah, they had her on there talking. And it's just cool to hear the individual stories of people. They got like little funny stories from on set and things like that. And it inspired me to like want to make movies. Because I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say I used to want to make movies, but it's just kind of like, that's like kind of like maybe like future plans for me. It's kind of like in my head, you know. I'm not really acting on it. I guess I am sort of. I film shorts here and there, and I write scripts, but the reason why I've kind of like fell back in love with production again and wanted to make movies again, because if I was watching it last night and Jackie Chan's just on set just saying like, all right, so Chris Tucker's gonna throw the gun over here and I'm gonna catch it. This guy's gonna kick me and then I'm gonna drop the gun. And then like Jackie Chan's like, the shit you see in the movie, Jackie Chan's explaining that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was all
I
improv.
love that shit. I would love to sit in a room with people and just kind of talk our way through these ideas. You know, like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, this, and this. And then some person's like, wait, well, how about we do this? Because Jackie Chan was like, nah, we can't. There was like an idea of him like it was supposed to be him holding the gun. You remember when Chris Tucker was like, then you're gonna throw the gun out the window? Because Jackie Chan had the gun in his hand, somebody kicked his hand, and the gun went out the window.
Yeah, right.
And what it was supposed to be, what was scripted, is Jackie Chan was gonna point a gun at somebody, and Jackie Chan, of course, he's a cop, and he doesn't like killing people. He doesn't kill people in his movies. At least I don't think so. I haven't seen it. But he was supposed to just point the gun and then just throw the gun out the window. Yeah. And you see him in there, he's like, nah, that doesn't make sense, bro. I can't do that. Like, something has to happen to where the gun just flies out the window. Yeah. And just the fact that they talked their way through that and came up with that, and that's what the scene is, that's just amazing, bro. And I would love to do that for a living, man. Just kind of like be on set, motherfucking going back and forth with people about what we should do, man, and having it come to fruition, or fruition or fruition. I don't know what the right word is.
I'm pretty sure it's fruition. I'm pretty sure, but now you got me second guessing myself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Who cares, right? You know what I mean. Shit.
For sure, man. But so what's next for you mainly is to love. Well, I know you got the project. You said you want to drop it December, maybe January. Mm-hmm. Is that what your main focus is right now, or what?
Yeah, that's my main focus. I've been like DJing and filming, but it's all been for, you know, either money or just you know, just creating recaps of me being out partying and shit. But the main thing I'm focused on right now is putting out the project and trying to reap the benefits of that, whatever it may be. The main goal is to start getting on stages. Right. You know, start doing some shows. I don't really get approached for shows like that because people just know me as the camera guy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not mad at that, you know, but that just lets me know that that's just another inspiration to do this project, so I can let people know like, hey, this is a part of me too. You know what I'm saying? And don't try to marginalize me, type shit.
Don't put me in no box.
You know, that's what people will try to do without even trying, you know? So,
well, now they know.
Yeah.
My man spit bars over here, man. He trying to get on that stage and show y'all how to get down, man.
I just linked up with a band too. I'm in a band now, so we playing live instruments with the music. It's fucking electrifying, man. So my next show gonna be crazy, man.
Are you on the instrument or are you just
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. This
spitting.
This my instrument right here.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
There's got a bassist, drummer, and a guitarist, man, and we just be going hard, man.
Y'all got any upcoming shows here in Austin?
We were gonna perform at my homie Nav's release party on the 11th, but I'm gonna be out of town. But what we have in the works is a Christmas party. I'm throwing a Christmas party with my homie Tyler from middle school. He has like a space that he's willing to, you know, use for it, and I'm gonna collab with him through a Christmas party, get some DJs, maybe one or two, and then have the band perform, man, and really get busy in there, show people what we got. If that doesn't work out, I'm sure like more opportunities will come through this project, man. I think people are really gonna like it, and they're gonna see another part of me for sure.
Right. I'm definitely sure they are gonna like it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to hear the rest of it, man. I can't wait to see what else you got next, man, that's coming. But we in here about 1 hour and 10. Let's just round it down to about 1 hour 5, you know what I mean, for all the extras in the beginnings, my malfunctions and stuff. But bro, man, I appreciate you coming, bro.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure to finally get to talk to you, man, and chop it up a little bit. We definitely need to do this again when the project drop, man.
Yeah, this is the first podcast I've been on, like at least like in front of a camera, and you know, this is so. Thanks for inviting me, man. I was really excited about it, and I'm glad I came through, man. For sure.
Most definitely, man. Anytime, man. Just swing through. You got something popping? Just hit me up, like, hey, say, man, I need to talk to the people.
Yeah, yes, sir. Hell yeah.
Come get at them, man. Come get at them, man. But people, we appreciate y'all for joining us, man. This is another episode of Raw Brilliance, you know, where we try and educate the culture, talk about to these artists and all of that. And you can find us on social media, man. Raw Brilliance Media on everything. I am Mansa J, so you can go to Mansa_JK. It's on Twitter and on Instagram. And where can they find you at, Big Dog?
You can find me on Instagram at Shelly Knicks. That's SHELLYKNICKS. Right. And you can find me on Twitter at Shelly Knicks TV. That's me, dog. Yeah.
For sure. We appreciate it. Y'all being great. Pay attention. Stay out the way. Go get this bread, man. We out this thing. One.